Hello guys, you probably can see it on my face. I'm super excited. Today I'm gonna meet my friend Alain. Alain has a very inspirational story. I just met him like a couple of weeks ago and I was so inspired by his story. So this guy, he started from scratch, never done something in his life. When he was 18 years old, he started doing e-commerce from scratch. Less than a year later, he just turned 19 years old and he's doing like 6 figures a month. Today, I'm gonna follow his day as a young entrepreneur, 19 years old, and we're gonna see how his days look. He just wants to share his story, inspire people to do the same thing. So every minute of this video will be valuable. Stay tuned and watch till the end. Yo, Alain, how are you doing?
Good.
How is it going?
I'm good,
How
man.
was Dubai, man?
It was great. It
Yeah?
was great. Just arrived last week. Yeah, I only went there for a week. I had a few business to attend there, and now I'm back. So I'm happy to be back on grinding mode, and yeah, let's film this day in the life.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
So you have been broke then before?
Yeah,
Before you started the e-commerce?
Yeah. I really saw the bottom, like having these student financing. It was like almost €1,000 per month. It was really much, but I had to pay my apartment off because I wanted to get out of my parents' house. I didn't want to stay there, and so I had to spend a lot, and I still didn't. There wasn't much left over, and yeah, so I could say I was broke.
And how did you get into econ?
I was looking for a way to like make money from my laptop. Because I had a laptop, I was at home, and I didn't have much mobility. I only could use a train or stuff, so I had to do something from home. And I was looking for like a way to make money at home, also for my laptop, also that didn't have a lot of risk. And back then, this dropshipping thing, it was like a really easy way to make money, not take a lot of risk. You don't have to have inventory or stuff. So that was really easy for me. Because then I could see like, okay, I don't have to spend much in the beginning. I could already start earn a few bucks. So yeah, that's how I rolled in.
Yeah. So you were talking about that your stepdad, he learned you the basics of business.
Yeah, my girlfriend's stepdad.
Yeah, the stepdad of your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he taught you the basics of business and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
And what is the biggest thing that he learned you that till this day is the biggest turning point of your life?
Always listen to everybody's advice, but never take any advice for granted. Always think on everything that somebody tells you. So you have to be open to learn, but you always have to give your own thought on it.
Okay. So you need to listen to people that advise, but at the same time you need to filter the information.
Yes.
Like things that make sense, you can listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Things that. So basically, what you're saying is having an open mind.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
And that's the biggest reason why people don't succeed these days? That they
Yeah.
don't have an open mind? And
I think it's that, but it's also
narrow down?
maybe they are too open. So because
That's
the thing
also
is,
a downside.
yeah, you have to listen to everybody, but the most important part of this is that you have to create your own advice out of it. So you don't have to take all for granted. And I think what a lot of people do is they have this idea. They have a good idea, but they ask some people and they give bad advice, and then they think, oh, it's not a good idea. But instead of that, you should listen to what this person says and think of it. How can I adjust to it? Because what's a bad idea for you is not always a bad idea for someone else.
Can you give a real life example of this knowledge that you have implemented in your life?
Well, for example, when I started my first e-com store, I had an idea to do an e-com store. I did a few tricks that nobody else back then thought of, and I brought this up to my coach. And I was in this online training, everybody was there, and I asked him, like, do you think this is a good idea? And he immediately said, no, you should stick to the basics because you're not even going well in anything, so stick to the basics, and after that maybe you should even start thinking of it. So he immediately told me it was a bad idea. But now it was one of my greatest ideas because it was one of my best successful stores at the moment.
And how did you feel when they shut down your idea?
Well, I felt stupid, you know, because you look up to some people. these guys, they were at a level that I could dream of. So I really looked up to them. I thought, okay, these are the wisest guys, but
They should know it because they are where you want to go. But still, you didn't listen to them.
no, I didn't.
And why not?
Because the stepdad of my girlfriend taught me, like, listen to advice, think on it, and then form your own advice out of it. So I was thinking, okay, they think I should stick to the basics. I think this is the reason why a lot of people go well but can't exceed the average, you know?
Yeah.
Because you have to be different than the rest to exceed the average. And after this, I immediately started doing it, doing everything different than what they taught me. And back then I also tried to grow my network, to gain more advice, because I think advice still is the biggest value you can get. And after that, my store started growing. So I gained a lot of advice, think on it, put my own thoughts on it, and then, out of the nothing, it started growing.
Did you felt uncomfortable?
Yeah, of
Trusting
course.
your own instinct, like going against the flow, basically?
Yeah.
It felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And what's the discomfort? How does it feel?
Well, the discomfort is because you start doubting yourself. So you start thinking, all right,
the self-doubt,
they should know better. Should I do it? There's a risk. What if I fail?
Yeah.
And actually, it's a fun thing you say, because when I was at that point, I started thinking, okay, what if I fail? If I fail, I will get back to my normal life, start doing stuff, start living how you should live, you know? So I thought, okay, that's my plan B. I can always fall back into that plan. Why not try it, you know?
Why not go all in?
Exactly.
So you really took the risk then?
Yeah, because I knew if I didn't succeed, I could always start over the normal life, you know? And I think this is what a lot of people don't get. But also, there are a lot of people who aren't able to do this. Of course, some people can't take certain risks.
Because they have children, stuff like that.
Exactly. So
they have responsibilities.
Yeah. So this advice works for me, but I don't think it works for everyone.
Yeah. Do you have faith in God or something, or did
actually,
that help you? Did that help you?
Yeah, I think.
Or not?
Well, I think how I see God is as a guidance person, because I am a believer in that way. But still, I try to live like how I think is best, and more use God as not a person to talk with, but a person to seek guidance with.
Yeah, of course. Let's go, man. Nice car, man. It's a Mercedes, really nice car. Like, how did you? Is this also something that you really aspire to do with
this
your
car?
ecom journey?
I really needed a car back then, but I wanted to buy a car that I could be really happy of. I could have a little bit of sportive car, a little bit racy, you know, what was cool. Because of course I'm a guy, I like cars, and I was looking and I couldn't afford a car at all. But I started manifesting it, so I started trying to look in my head, like, how would it be to be in a car? How would it be to drive to work? How would it be looking with my friends in the car? Stuff like that. We saw it in our minds, we talked about it, and then we started taking action to make sure it happens. And these 3 steps, like, this is the way of gaining the law of attraction. I think these are the key into doing this.
So first, visualizing it. Is the feeling important or not?
Yeah, because you put your body into a state of how it would be if they were at that moment.
Yeah.
So first seeing it in your mind, then speaking it, and then taking action to make sure it happens. It is a law of attraction, but it is also a mindset. Beliefs. Maybe it's weird to say, but I already did as if I was making 6 figures. I acted like, okay, I'm this business guy, I know how shit works. I put myself in this state of mind that I already was there. And when you do this, you really become this person. Like also what Luke Belmar said, what a man thinketh, so is he.
And this is where the magic happens.
Yeah. So this is where our office is located. There are a few offices here.
Oh, whoa, it looks very nice, man.
Yeah, this is the main entrance.
Do you have like aspirations to move to a different country?
Well, I'm thinking on it. For example, when I was in Dubai, I saw that there was a lot of network possibilities there, and this is interesting. Of course, taxes also are really interesting there, so that may be an option, but for now I'm happy in the Netherlands.
Oh, you're happy in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And is this the only place where you are inspired to go?
Dubai?
Yeah, Dubai.
Yeah, or Asia. I'm really fond of Asia.
Yeah, I
like
heard
Hong Kong.
Your business partner, right?
This is my business partner, this is my marketing director. So,
Hello. You're the business partner.
Yes.
Yeah, you start together. How did you meet each other then?
We met each other in high school, like 7 years ago.
High school.
The first class, we immediately saw each other, started talking, and now we're here.
And then
Yeah.
you just had the idea, like, let's do ecom together?
Yeah, well, I really had the idea to be getting a business and get started, but I needed a partner. And he was close to me, so I immediately asked him, and that's how it happened.
Can you give us a tour of the office?
Of course.
This
so,
is where the magic happens every day.
These are our desks.
Yeah.
Here's where the team can be seated. We have meetings on this big screen, just a chilling area here. Here.
And here is the time when you come thinking or just sleep. Do you sleep here?
No. So we can turn this TV over, and you can have like a chill experience.
Oh, that's nice, man. And just watch a movie or something.
Exactly.
Did you watch movies or?
Not yet. Too much work.
Too much work. Okay. What area is this?
Well, here we do a lot of content shoots. These cabinets are filled with our products from our different stores.
Mm-hmm.
We shoot some basic stuff, and then we let the content team handle the rest. And we discuss our targets over here. So this is our whiteboard, where we put on like what we're gonna do this year, what our plans are, and we can't film too much of this because there are a lot of sensitive stuff on it. But
Yeah. So we're at the office, and right now this is where you're every day doing the hustle, the business. Yeah.
This
So-
is where it happens.
Yeah, this is where it happens.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, when I see this stuff, I was looking behind the scenes, and you showed me some samples of what your guys doing with the ecom business. For me, sometimes it can be a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
And for me, it's also like, whoa, you're 19 years old. The other guys are also 19 years old, Thomas and Quinn.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, how can you at that age manage so much people, like a real business, doing entrepreneurship, like doing advertising, different platforms, testing products, stuff like that. Like, how do you, and you start from scratch with no experience, like, how does someone even do that?
Well, first of all, I really understand people see I'm 19, but what I always try to say is get rid of that age, because it doesn't say anything. I think the most important part is like how you think of doing things. Like if you're in your mind thinking I'm capable of running a business, I have the possibilities to do it, then you will set yourself to doing it. But if you think, oh, it's hard, it's scary, you will come into an emotion that withholds you from doing all this. So yeah, I think that what you think you do, you know.
Yeah. You were mentioning like before, like the doing is very important.
Yeah.
And you really need to love and enjoy what you're doing. Is that correct?
Also, yeah, because
Yeah.
I think the main key in getting successful in business is like doing stuff. Because if you don't do nothing, then there will not happen nothing. Because every action creates a reaction. So the key is to keep doing, keep going, but it's easier to do stuff you like. Because for example with school, a lot of people don't like school, but they have to do stuff to get good grades. You see like the lessons they don't like, they get worse grades than the lessons they do like, because the doing of getting good grades is easier because they like it. So what I do for myself is I have a team with guys. They all do what they like, and together the result of this is growing the business. So I think that's really key. Just do what you like and keep doing.
Yeah. When I look at you, like you're very young, and it really inspires me. The age inspires me because like in less than a year, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But what I really like about you is you're not taking things too seriously. You come at the office, not waking up 4 a.m., discipline, hard work, pushing yourself, and I don't feel like that's. I think for everyone it's different. Like this will work for some people, But I don't believe that that's the life that you're living. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Pushing
No.
yourself, going against
No.
the stream. Like, how can you share your experience? Like, how do you experience success?
Well, I think people do this because they think it's necessary to get successful. So what they do is they put themselves into a state of thinking and believing that if I do this, I will become successful. What I do is, it sounds really crazy, but I already believe I'm successful. And I see myself already as a multi-millionaire businessman. And by keep thinking that you are someone, you will eventually become this person. And I think this really helped me into becoming maybe a first step into this person, because I'm obviously not yet a multi-millionaire businessman. But I think if you think you are already there, you'll push yourself automatically to going there.
It feels more naturally.
Yeah, it's naturally.
So if you think that you're already there, there's nowhere to go. You just act from a place that's that you already. There is nothing to get.
Exactly. But
That's the secret.
Also, you get rid of all emotions like, oh shit, I didn't do this. Maybe now I don't reach my goals, because you are in your mind. You're already there. You're already there.
Like, let's say right now you lose everything. You lose the business. You lose the office.
Yeah.
And you get a ban of ecom. You can't do ecom anymore.
Okay.
What would you do? Like, how would you do things? Would you start with the mindset like seeing myself as already being a millionaire, or?
Yeah. So the first thing I will do is, why am I doing it? So put in my head, visualize, where do I want to go? Put myself in the place where I am if I reach this goal. So visualize what the end result is. Then I will find a way of reaching this end result. So, for example, if your motivation is to get rich, I would try to see in my head, okay, this is how it would look like if I'm rich. But then I will try to see ways of making money to get rich. And this can be e-com, or this could even be working at the supermarket, but putting all the money in stocks or something. That, there's always a way. It's just the path that you create for yourself to get to this target that you have to visualize every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you have people, they say that the 5 people that you hang around with, that will determine the path of who you're gonna become. Is that true or not?
Yeah, because the easiest example I can give you is, if you are at school hanging with 4 friends, and all of these friends smoke, eventually you will start smoking.
The 5th smoker.
Yeah, even if you like it or not. If you are in a house with 4 people who are always every day chasing after success, you will think, oh fuck, I want to do the same. So you will start looking at them, picking things up, little things that they do, and eventually you will roll into doing the same as them, and also probably gaining success.
I think that people know this subconsciously, consciously. They know that if you hang out with the right people, you will get the traits, and you can become also successful like the successful people. That's a big influence on your mind, right?
Yeah.
But I think the biggest issue is that people don't know how to connect with these people.
Yeah, that's hard.
Yeah, so because they don't have anything to offer. So why would someone who's successful hang out with someone that has nothing to put on the table?
It's not always the hanging out part. I think, for example, Quinn and I, when we met each other, we were both nothing near to successful. So we weren't surrounded by successful people. But what we did is we got into communities where there were people at higher level, and we just started popping off messages to them from, hey, how would you do this? Hey, could you help me with this? And these people, they are already on a level, so they have all the problems already solved that you are facing now. So when we started gaining a bigger network, all of our problems were solved so much quicker. And this is also a key part of what I bring with the agency, for example. I tell my customers, I was at that step, and if I had the solutions that I have in-house now, the solutions, the partners, the knowledge, and implemented at that time, I would have been at a way higher level already, because you need the experience, you need the partners, you need the solutions to grow. This comes with time. And that's why people say, if you hang with people that are already there, they will get you there way more faster.
Because they've already taken that path, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. But why, is it okay for people to ask people for help?
Yeah, depends on what you ask from someone, because you have to understand, someone does his own stuff, he had to get there by themselves. So they really know, like, okay, I am the person that needs to do stuff. if you ask them and you ask a lot of them, but can you help me with this, and they don't, it takes them too much away
Effort
from
and,
their own,
yeah.
away from their own work, then they will not like it. But if you ask them stuff, show them that you do it, that you did it, and that you gain results, they will see, oh, he's a worker by himself, I will give him some more knowledge.
Do you need money, network, resources to become successful or not?
Well, you of course you need money to get some stuff done, but it's not that you already need to have a lot of money. I think if you have a continuous cash flow stream, this is already sufficient to starting your business. Because when Quinn and I started, we both had like a basic job where we gained like 300 euros a month. But the key is to set aside 200 euros, pump it all up, pump your last money into the business, and then eventually you will make more money. If you keep it in the business, you can reuse the money and it starts growing.
Yeah.
So you don't need a lot of money yet, and you don't need a lot of network yet. You need a small amount of money, of course, but you also need to be open to get more. Just with the network as well. Try to network.
So is your life better now being successful, or
yeah? Well,
does success has downsides?
Success has downsides because, for example, if I share my success, I'll get messages like, "Oh, you're a retard" or stuff like that. It's really, people are really jealous and mean.
I don't understand that. Why is it? Because they don't believe that they can do it themselves.
I don't even know. I know when I post results or stuff on social media, I'll always get 1, 2 to 3 DMs like that people don't like me and what they think of me, or that they don't believe it, or with my car that it's rented or something. You know, people will always hate because within them, I think they struggle that they didn't do the same.
Yeah. But for you, it's like you can do the same. I'm not special or something.
I'm not special. Yeah. What I did, everybody can do.
Everybody can do.
Yeah.
And why is it that people think that something that you've done is out of reach for someone else?
I think because they don't know the steps to take. Because for them, they are clueless on how to get to that point. So if I would give them advice, I would say, try to look at the goal and then try to think of the steps you need to put in to get to that goal. And then you have a clear road ahead.
Yeah.
For example, if you drive your car and you see and you drive into at night at a road with no lights, you would rather take the path with lights, right?
Yeah.
So what you need to do is make sure you have lights on your road to be able to drive easily over that road.
Yeah. So also, I know a lot of people that are struggling financially and they're doing business, they're taking action, they're working really hard.
Yeah.
But it seems that they are in fear or focused on the debt that this business caused them to get into. Like debt, and debt create more debt. Is it true?
It's hard, I understand it, because of course if you have a house and a family, there always has to be an amount of money that goes to them. And if one day you decide to put that money into a different thing, for example a business, it creates a risk. And I really get that this risk can be scary. I found it really scary. I had my apartment that I had to pay, I had food that I had to pay. But I think you should take the risk because it's really easy to say, but without risk, there's no reward.
Yeah.
It really is. You have to take it anyway, and see the point where you are now as a plan B, and see the risk that you will take as plan A, because you always can fall back into plan B.
You can always go back to the old life.
Exactly. Yeah.
But this life that you have right now is definitely better than.
Well, it comes with negative things,
different.
Of course. It is different, but the most that I'm most fond of in my life at the moment is that I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. Of course, I have certain responsibilities that I have to take, but I can decide to work today at the office. I can decide to work at home. I can decide to work till 9. I can decide to work to 1. I can do what I want, and also I can always do what I like. And I think this makes my life way easier, way better, and also makes me way more positive.
Yeah. So fear is something that you can't focus on, right?
No, fear is good because fear triggers the mind into thinking on something. But the most important is to keep thinking and don't let fear overrule your thoughts. Because you have to look at the fear, you have to start thinking, why is this fear here? And then take actions into that. Because it's good to have fear because it keeps you sharp.
Oh, yeah. So being paranoid in some way is a good thing. But you don't need to, it doesn't need to overrule.
Yeah. You should never be overruled by emotions. But I think emotions are more like a emergency light that starts blinking. Like, oh, I need to look into this, or I need to think more into that.
Okay. Doing e-com right now, you have solutions for them?
Yeah, we are really helping people that are at a certain level at ecom already, but they miss the solutions, the partners, and the knowledge to get to an even higher level.
Yeah,
So they can always reach out to me. I'm open to help anybody.
Yeah, of course.
But also the people that are just starting. As I told you in the beginning, you can always reach out. I'm always open to help, give some advice, but I have to see that you put in some effort.
Thank you, man. It
You're
was
welcome.
very nice.
Yeah, nice.